not the amendment itself we need to get rid of. The amendment also calls for all people who are lawful elected or judicial officers of the state or the federal government to have to uphold their constitutional oaths of office. They're violating them. Under the 14th Amendment, we could lawfully remove any federal official, elected, appointed, or any federal judge who is violating their oath to the Constitution, which they're doing. They're violating what's known as their term of good behavior. They don't have life tenure necessarily. They have term of good behavior. No one knows that.
Right.
And they're violating it when they don't adhere to the Constitution, when they don't apply the Constitution, when they take people out of the Constitution and convict them outside the Constitution in many cases, which they have no right to do.
Understood. All right. We'll leave the debate for the 14th Amendment for another day, my friend.
I can take that up with you some other time if you want.
All right. Good enough.
All right. Well, good time to you then.
Okay. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. Linda in California. Hello, Linda. How you doing?
How are you?
Good.
Good. Well, I've got a plumb line, a bloodline of posterity. I'm a true sovereign of this country. I live out here in crazy California. I think a couple of things that need to be demanded, and you don't mind, my name is Linda, but I'm going to be frank.
Okay.
That's an old one. I think two of the most important things that we would start off with as far as the establishment of something new is that a person's yes would be yes, and their no would be no, and anything in between is bull crap, because that's important. One thing I found with, I just woke up to all of this not even 18 months ago, and I'm all the way up to speed. I'm a fast study. My parents were from the South, and they were fighters, and they helped to establish this country. You couldn't send me to a luxury island with all of the amenities and for the rest of my life being paid for to take me away from my country that my ancestors fought and bled for. My parents worked 5 jobs, and those damn bankers stole money that, no way. We're not leaving here. I don't have anyone out here, no man to back me up, but you can get me to leave my country. No way. Because when the victory and what you would build on the inside of you staying for the fight is priceless. And you would regret the day you walked off the country.
Linda, I couldn't agree with you more. You probably put that into verbiage better than I even have done in the past. Because just when your country needs you the most, you're going to abandon her?
No way.
No, and I can't do that either. I literally cannot. I cannot do that.
Absolutely. John, I've got a kick butt attitude. I never hit first. I got pulled into the principal's office for fights and stuff. I'm a girl. I was a tomboy. If you mess with me or my family, I'm going to kick your butt. Okay? That's the kind of fighting. That's the blood I got in me. And I don't know what happened to that. I've got more testosterone than all the men out here in California, practically. Where the hell are the real men out here? Where's the people that are just, in a year and a half I've contacted my city councilman, the police, to where they don't even want to see me coming. If you tell me there's a job to do and by golly, I need to, fill in the gap there, something needs to get done, we need to do it. That's the kind of stock I was raised with. You just were persistent, and you were a persistent cuss, and you did not quit, back off, back down, back out, till you won, by golly.
Well, and that's the attitude that a lot of people are taking. Unfortunately, the men that you're dealing with, they're not men anymore.
No, they're not.
Because they have no ideology, they have no belief system, they're go-along, get-alongs, and quite frankly, these people disgust me more than somebody that's on the other side, because at least I know where they're standing.
Exactly. They're so sissified. And the other thing, John, that we be people of our word. Mr. Chapman, we have had emails back and forth, and I actually took about an hour to document everything. This was back in October. And I really would appreciate a response back. I was very blessed. I was raised with, you get your loan. This is how my parents raised me. You get the loan, but you get out from underneath them bankers as quick as you can. You work, like I said, they worked 5 jobs. And they left an inheritance. They knew how to stewardship, and those are the kind of people that when they say they're going to do something, you don't even have to worry if it's going to happen. Okay? I'm talking integrity. When your friends tell you, I've never known anybody with more integrity than you, and I said, you ought to know a lot of people like that. That's the problem. That's not a compliment to me. Why isn't everyone else like that? Damn it, where's the fight? Not that you're out there ready to beat people up. I'm talking about just the passion.
I couldn't agree with you more, Linda.
I mean, I don't drink coffee and I can get like this. You know, I've had 3 hours of sleep for a week. These things just vex my soul.
If more people adopted that approach to this, the restoration of this country is going to take place a whole lot faster.
Well, I'm on the front line, okay? You can't peel me away till I get to shout the victory shout with you, okay?
There you go. And
don't you leave me behind, because I'm not going to get left behind.
Ain't going to do anything of the sort, ma'am. Hey,
okay,
Linda,
thank you so much. Bye.
Appreciate it. You know, Bob, I find more women that are wearing pants. She's right. She's absolutely right. We have a legacy. We have something to protect and defend. If that goes, where else are you going to go on this planet? That what was built, the ideology and the law that this country was originally built on. Where are you going to go to get that? It's not anywhere out there. Jeff in Michigan, thanks for holding on, Jeff. Jeff, you with me?
And I want to ask a question, Bob Chapman.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Bob, I've been acquiring 1-ounce gold pieces, various Eagles, Krugerrands, and Maple Leafs, and when the time comes where I got to sell these off to be able to sustain myself, where do I sell them? Because the coin dealers that I bought them from, while they're competitive to sell them, when it comes time to buy them back, they're just rogues.
Well, you're going to have to deal with what you have to deal with when that time comes. John and Republic have great prices, both buying and selling. So I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, and if you have just ounce rounds, what I would definitely want to do is do fractional stuff. Because and keep in mind that gold is floating between 11 and 1,200 an ounce.
The premiums are, cost prohibitive. To buy so many small ones and pay so much more in premiums is why the 1-ounce coins have been bought.
Well, I mean, take a look at what we've got today. We've got the Swiss francs, and let me see here. 4 of those would run you 1,060 in gold, and of course it doesn't have an exact quarter ounce of troy ounce of gold in it.
Exactly.
But that is pretty close to a negotiable deal for a lot of people.
So how does that work? I contact you and then I mail them away and then then I wait for a check, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, and then John, I have a question for you also.
Yeah. And
then I follow you quite closely, and while I champion all of your legal and peaceful means to take back this country, I don't ever see that happening.
Well,
the line is going to be drawn in the sand.
And let me. We're running out of time here. Let me explain this real quick, Jeff.
And I've heard it. Go ahead, tell me.
Okay, you've heard it? Well, we don't have enough people in on this party. And as Linda pointed out, we don't have enough people in this party that are non-compromising. The exercise that we're going through right now is one of education. The more people you bring into the tent, the better chance you have of winning.
But the majority of
I'm not worried about the majority. Jeff, let me speak here. I'm not worried about the majority. We only had less than 3% during the Revolutionary War that actually picked up arms and fought the British. I think we're going to end up with a little bit more than that.
I hope so.
But what we're going to add here is to the numbers, that people that want the peaceful resolution to our problem. And if that fails, then we can, with clear conscience, load up, lock and load, and have at it. You might eventually get what you're talking about.
I don't want want it.
I don't want it either. And I'll tell you something, it's going to be a lot shorter in duration the more people that we have on board on this deal. So worst case scenario, we've got a hell of a lot more people on our side to shorten this thing and reduce the collateral damage.
Yeah, you will, and then that's all well and good, and I hope it happens that way. But being a realist, that I think I am.
Well,
I don't see it happening that way, and I in my heart, I know it's coming down to drawing the line in the sand, and you know.
I'd much rather do it. I'd much rather do it with
I would too.
a couple million people than I would with a couple 100,000. Jeff,
I would too.
I've got to run. Hang in there, my friend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The